Underwhelming. I think that's gotta be the best way to describe the Four Seasons in Bogota. It's just missing, well, a few things. See the full picture coming up. It's my 51st hotel review on the channel, more if you count the trip reports, and I can't remember another property that so inspired the words, "That's it," more than the Four Seasons in Bogota. The location, however, is spot on, so let's take a look at that first. Skip ahead to the next chapter if you'd like to start the tour now. If you're visiting Bogota for the first time, consider yourself lucky that the city's oriented north to south, and all of the streets are numbered. If someone gives you an address here, you instantly, well, at least in theory, know where it is. That said, in this massive city of over 7 million people, besides the airport, your time's probably going to be spent in this 9-mile long strip along the mountains. Many of the historic sites are in the southern neighborhoods, but the best places to stay are in the central and northern parts. The Four Seasons is situated smack in the middle of the trendy Zona T neighborhood, filled with shops, malls, restaurants, and lots of nightlife. Note though that the street that the hotel is on is generally pedestrian only, so unless you arrange transport directly with the hotel, you might be walking around 100 meters with your bags. From the hotel, it's an easy walk to Andino Mall, which you'll find every convenience that you need, or you can take a stroll a bit north to Parque 93, or south to the heart of Chapinero. Opened in April of 2016 by the Galinsky Group, the Four Seasons Bogota is the reincarnation of the Charleston Hotel. This isn't the only Four Seasons in Bogota though, the other being the Four Seasons Casa Medina, located in a renovated historic mansion. While both hotels are new, I chose the quote-unquote regular Four Seasons for its prime location and more modern and clean design language. In retrospect though, I'd probably go with Casa Medina. Here at the regular one, with just 64 rooms and suites spread across 3 adjoined low-rise buildings, the Four Seasons here is a small-scale affair, which I do think led to a lot of my disappointment in a couple ways. The common areas are decorated in mostly calming neutral tones with splashes of green, a nod to Bogota being known as the City of Emeralds. My overriding opinion about this hotel is this: I hold Four Seasons hotels in high regard, and I don't think that a hotel's appeal is directly linked to the number of rooms that it has, at all. What I think is, there are simply some properties, I'm talking about the physical structure, which are not appropriate to convert into a Four Seasons. Low ceilings do not automatically equate intimate spaces. Fewer rooms do not automatically create a boutique hotel. Here we have La Biblioteca, the only dining venue open during my stay, which also doubles as the lobby bar and the breakfast area in the morning. The hotel did have another restaurant, Nemo by Harry Sasson, but it's been closed for some time now, potentially due to COVID, but it's also been scrubbed from the Four Seasons website, so I'm not sure what the future holds for it. I booked this stay through Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts, which gave me a package of benefits including a room upgrade, free breakfast, and a $100 food and beverage credit. Service at the hotel ranged from fantastic, as you'd expect from a Four Seasons, being greeted by name, always available but not intrusive, all the way the other side to argumentative, in the form of a front desk agent who mischarged my credit card and then spent 30 minutes trying to fix it with, let's say, not the best attitude. So guess what? Besides the spa and the gym, you've already seen all of the common areas for guests at the hotel. I'll note that I got a great weekend rate, which is what my scores are based on. But for a hotel that routinely charges over $400 a night for the most basic room, is this enough? I'll leave that to you. As I mentioned, the hotel is split into 3 separate buildings. Each has its own teeny tiny little elevator and, let's say, a cozy landing. Entering the room, I'm struck by two things. First, I genuinely love the palette and the bedding. Those two things are firmly Four Seasons quality, as are all of the finishes in the room. The other thing that strikes me though, these ceilings are really low. It might not come out on camera, but I'm 6 foot tall and I could palm the ceiling with my hand. The room, excluding the bathroom, feels plush and expensive. I particularly like the hand-knotted carpet and light wood floors, which gave what would otherwise just be an understated design a distinct, understated, Andean design. The Andean designs, like this little doll to put on your bed if you'd like to have it made up, I actually wish they were a little bit more prominent. Outlets on this side of the bed are oddly inside the drawer, which now doesn't close more than this. The minibar is well stocked with various snacks and some dusty glassware, which to be fair is the only cleanliness fault that I found during my stay. Was also happy to see Colombian Nespresso pods on offer, as it should be. I also appreciate that the Four Seasons is always generous with glass bottled water, though the water in Bogota is actually safe to drink as well. If you are enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and check out the links in the description for other videos on this trip, our other channels, and also other ways that you can support the channel. A sincere thank you in advance. As always, I lay out everything on the desk so that you can see it clearly in the video, but it was surprising on just how many books and papers and pamphlets there were, in an age of QR codes taking over everything. The view from the room was okay. It doesn't feel closed in, but I'm not sure I'd call this a great view. Keep in mind I was upgraded from a superior room to a deluxe room, the primary difference being an extra 30 square feet and this view. The room is certainly comfortable and large enough I might add that there should be some sort of seating area besides the desk. Perhaps the bedside tables don't need to be a meter wide. The thing in the room I did not enjoy though was the bathroom. The setup was strange and clunky, and the hotel is just 6 years old, but it already feels really dated. I mute the background noise generally when I edit videos, but the HVAC unit, which was above the closet, was pretty noisy. If there was one saving grace in the bathroom though, it was by a long shot the products on offer, which I loved so much that I went to the store in the nearby mall and bought some. The name is Loto del Sur, and it's a Colombian brand, and the scents and the textures are just some of the greatest that I found in the past, recent while. They also have a small shop at the airport in the international airside area, if you're just passing through Bogota. The closet and storage space was adequate, but the layout was just awkward. As always, I do appreciate the eye-level safe though. It was pouring for the majority of the time that I was staying here, so I had a couple of meals in the room. The food was delicious, well presented, and while the menu is pretty small, there was enough mix of standard fare with Colombian touches to make it feel at least not boring. And of course, the gym was available to work off all those calories afterwards. The next morning, breakfast time came and I took it at the outdoor area of La Biblioteca. The haphazard double-sided paper menu aside, the food was delicious and way too filling. But Colombian breakfasts have a way of doing just that to get you through chilly days. One thing I almost forgot to mention, the music selection in the lobby and here in the restaurant was just odd. Flashdance was a popular one, along with anything that you might find on a dance radio station in the mid-90s. Well, that's all there is to write, so let's check out the flip-flop score. The room decor was mostly a plus, but I wasn't a fan of the layout. Service was a mixed bag, but overall good. For the rest, the standout is without a doubt the location itself, and the low point, the lack of facilities and venues available. It's just not enough for a Four Seasons, which leads to an overall score of 80 out of 100. If you're considering this hotel, my recommendation is to instead consider the Sofitel next door. It's half the price and literally on the same block. Or you could try out the Four Seasons Casa Medina for at least a bit more character. Or, if you subscribe to see 2 new videos every week, you'll be able to see my favorite hotel in Bogota, Salvio Parque 93, in the next video.